and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but now it'll be third down. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Kill, kill, kill.
Back to throw. Grimes. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now it's Lockett. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm going to run you over.
2nd and 10. That's caught by Hollister. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
You got three, you got three.
They're going to look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Zach Brown. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, it's Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now a carry for Pirine. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Set, ready. 60 out clock. Right. He's talking on your side. Let's go.
Now Pirine. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine some nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football.
Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Here we go. He's checking. Screen. Crash. Watch the safety creep.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Grimes airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. That's complete into the hands of Carson. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back.
Watch the curve. Watch the alpha.
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
To throw on second down. Grimes. That one complete to Elliott. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play for the Cowboys on third. 65 yards. Looking to throw. Grimes got his man there complete to Gallup. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Alert 3. Alert 3. Wide. Get wide. Run.
Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2nd and 1. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. From the pistol, here's Elliott. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. 25 yards that time.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in the second week of the regular season. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Pirine out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Delta.
2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And a Cowboy first down.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Elliott. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. The kick by Maher is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's 3rd down now.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now it's Carson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Pirine. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He's going to float this over the middle deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Grimes. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Grimes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30. 10. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it 24-13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 8. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, baby.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Throwing after the interception. Grimes on the left side. Gallup's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. A first down carry by Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Robert Foster, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. He'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're going to look to throw. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And the Seahawks on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Back to throw. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Second and 14. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Again, it's Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Off play action. Grimes. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Looking to throw. Grimes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. William Jackson with a pick. And he is all the way up past the 25. They were looking for Johnson that time. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Back to throw here. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Seahawks on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. They'll drop the throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Benjamin's got it. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 37. Check 37. Check 26. Check 26. Check.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Grimes, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They are on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And we've just seen a late lead change there. 49ers in front. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Look at me. Go. Watch QB's up. Watch twist. Watch twist.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
He's brought down by William Jackson.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old